Hi and welcome back to my channel. In today's video you have my December unboxings, and yes, I do have one November book, but it just came yesterday, December 1st. I'd already wrapped up November's unboxings. So I'm going to start with a thrift books package, which is helping me with my goals for next year. Those videos are yet to be filmed, but at the time that this unboxing goes up, they'll hopefully have already been posted. Oh, okay, I'm really excited about this one. I forgot that I put it on one of my lists. This is A Problem from Hell, America and the Age of Genocide. In her Pulitzer Prize winning interrogation of the last century of American history, Ambassador Samantha Power asks the haunting question, why do American leaders who vow never again repeatedly fail to stop genocide? I'm really excited about this one. It's an older title. I believe it was published in the early 2000s. Originally in 2002, but quite timely right now. And then the other book is Fairy Loot, a book that I have been waiting on because I need it for my Goodreads project, which by this time I will have wrapped up, by the time you see this video, I should say. So we have the spoiler card, and actually, it's not the one I need. It's the young adult book. So I still have to wait on that other one. Hopefully I didn't accidentally skip it. The fact that I don't have the book yet makes me think that I skipped it accidentally. I'm going to pull out the Dear Reader card. Very pretty artwork here. Here's the book. The design on this book is phenomenal. This is The Scarlet Alchemist by Kylie Lee Baker. We have the back here. And then look at that design. That is absolutely stunning. It is interesting though, because sometimes pages in books will bow in, but they won't always. That is interesting. I don't know what causes that, whether it's a flaw or anything. So we have end page artwork, different on both sides, and we don't have anything on the back, but we do have this on the front. Okay, I'm fresh off of a run. No, I did not run in this shirt, but that's why my hair looks like this. And I have several things to unbox. One of them I actually expected. One of them I've been waiting on for quite a while. And the other one I forgot I ordered. So 2 of them are BookBox subscriptions. I'm gonna save those. And I'm gonna do the box that I didn't think about. Or I should say I didn't remember. Oh, I think it was on, so this is Black Friday stuff. On Black Friday I decided to see if there are any deals. This was the only one where there are any sort of deals. And so these are the ones that I got and I'm really excited about. I got Vinyl Moon. This I listened to as an audiobook. I had an ARC copy of it. This is fantastic and amazing. I think that's the only one out of these that no, there's a couple others that I have read as well. This is one of the standouts from the SESL Young Adult books. This is African Town, and it is a Coretta Scott King, or no, it's a Scott Odell Award, which is some sort of children's literature, but I don't remember. This is also, both of these are written in verse, and they're amazing. Oh, I forgot. No, there is, wow, this one's huge. Okay. So there's one more that I have read and that I enjoyed, and that is Chaos and Flame. I had an ARC of this and I read that this summer while on the cruise actually. Justina Ireland is one of my favorite authors. Okay, so the massive one is one that I'm trying out and I would never have purchased for full price because it is so huge, and that is The First Binding by R.R. Virdi, and I've heard that the sequel is coming out this year. This is a huge book. I've heard it's like, not Way of Kings, The Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. I forget what the first name of that is. Not the first name. The name of the first book is, but I've heard that it's like that, only it's set, I think, in India. And I'm really excited about it. The slipcase keeps slipping. Interesting. It's not a slipcase, it's the dust jacket. Words are failing me right now. Anyway, so I went ahead and got this one because I have the first one. I purchased that back in March. I haven't read it yet, but it's a murder mystery play on Jane Austen novels, and that one is Pride and Premeditation, Manslaughter Park. And sorry, I love puns. I love Jane Austen's works, and I enjoy mysteries, so I should enjoy these. Then we have one that I had an arc of, tried to read it, did not have the right format or something went wrong with that. I didn't download it in time or something, so I decided to get a copy of it, and that is Doomed. It's the story of Sacco Vanzetti, The End of the American Dream. This was, I think, during the time of the anti-labor movement, so I'm really interested in that. This one is What Souls Are Made Of. It is a retelling of Wuthering Heights. I hate Wuthering Heights, so why did I buy this one? Now, I think I probably went into Wuthering Heights with different expectations, and I did not like it at all. However, I've read Tasha Suri's works before, and I'm really interested to see what she does as a play on this. So maybe I need to give Wuthering Heights another chance. Who knows? Maybe it was just the movies sort of soured my taste when I was reading the book. And then this one is a 2023 release that I've heard really good things about. It is on the Goodreads Choice Awards for Mystery Thriller, and that is Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. Just kind of love that little old lady peeking in, giving advice. Okay, I haven't moved at all because I filmed a vlog update and looked over and realized that I hadn't finished the unboxing. I have two boxes. I have Illumicrate, which I think is Starling House, which I've been waiting on for a while. And then I have Book of the Month, which Book of the Month selections I was a little bit disappointed in. But anyway, I still got 5. So there are enough that I was not disappointed in. So Illumicrate, again with the crinkles and the plastic wrap. Oh, actually it's not a plastic wrap. Oh, I remember I saw an unboxing. It's one of these. I didn't get it before. It is Starling House. I wasn't subscribed before when they did this, but it's the kind of cover where the slipcase is actually clear, except for the printing on it. So you see here, and then I love this cover, however. This is absolutely brilliant. So gorgeous. And then block sprayed edges on the other side. And this edging here is just so detailed. I have never gotten one of these before. It's certainly sturdier than others. Not sure how I feel about it being made out of plastic, contributing to climate change, but we've got end pages here, and it is the same on both sides. It is not signed, which is totally fine, but there is a bound in Dear Reader letter. Maybe I'll be picking this one up next. Who knows? All right, so now we have Book of the Month, and I picked one immediately. It was a fantasy pick. I've heard not so great things after that, but oh well. So, oh, I was trying to figure out what this is. It's stickers. Cute. I like this. Reading is hot. Oh, that's hilarious. These books slay. All right, so the one that I got that I've heard that was my actual book of the month that I've heard not so great things about afterwards, but we shall see. It is The Kingdom of Sweets by Erica Johansson. It is a Nutcracker retelling. And we've got December 2023 on there. Next we have The Storm We Made by Vanessa Chan. I don't actually remember this one. I think this is one for that month. Yes, it is also a December 2023. Oh, okay, I do remember this one. A captivating, sweeping novel about a Malayan mother who becomes an unlikely spy for the invading Japanese forces during World War II and the shocking consequences that rain upon her community and family. And I don't do a lot of World War II fiction, but I read a book a couple years ago now that was set in Malaysia during this time period and post-war. I was really intrigued because I don't know a lot about it, and this sounds utterly captivating. So I'm excited about that one. So that's historical fiction. I'm really trying to branch out of fantasy. I am trying. Okay, so this next one I think is one of the more recent add-ons, and this is another historical fiction. This is The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhon. That's interesting. I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, so this is a gripping historical... Oh, I know why I picked this one. Okay. This is a gripping historical mystery inspired by the life and diary of Martha Ballard, a renowned 18th century midwife who defied the legal system and wrote herself into American history. I have loved reading about Martha Ballard, and Laurel Thatch Ulrich is a historian who has written a biography of her, and from that biography comes the very well-known and often quoted, well-behaved women don't make history or seldom make history. A little bit of a fangirl of Martha Ballard, so that's why I picked this one. Wow, this is a historical fiction heavy one because I got Kristen Hanna's The Great Alone, which is not World War II era. This was a February 2018 pick. This, I believe, has something to do with Alaska. Yes, Alaska, 1974, unpredictable, unforgiving, untamed, for a family in crisis, the ultimate test of survival. A father comes home from Vietnam. He was a former prisoner of war, and so I think it's a family story dealing with that sort of tragedy and trauma. And then lastly, I know I'm probably last to the party here, but we have Circe by Madeline Miller. I don't even need to pull this off. This was book of the year for 2018. So this is a 2018 pick. I'm going to do it anyway. It was an April 2018 pick. This is a Greek myth retelling, but I've heard really good things about it. Now I have actually finished my unboxing for the day. Okay, I'm back with another unboxing. It is a small one. It is my comics subscription, and I don't remember what the book is. Oh, this one looks really cool. Okay, so we have Atana and the Firebird, and I like that it's floppy. So this is Atana's island may be quiet and peaceful, but mostly it's lonely. With the outside world full of magic hunters who would stop at nothing to trap a mermaid like her, Atana has never been brave enough to swim far from her island's shores and seek the answers to her mysterious past, until Ren comes unexpectedly crashes into her life. A firebird whose kind has not been seen for hundreds of years, Ren's arrival does not go unnoticed. Determined to both protect Ren and finally chase the answer she's longed for, Atana embarks on an adventure that takes her and the firebird to strange new islands and entangles them with the powerful yet secretive Witch Queen. That seems really cool, and it's fantasy, so I think I'm gonna like that. Okay, I'm back with another unboxing. This time it is The Broken Binding. This is book 2 in the Powder Mage trilogy. Since I received the first book, they have announced their subscription for the first quarter of next year. And this is the first time that I am completely unfamiliar with the series. So I'll need to look into that series soon because you have one series skip per year. So I need to see about that. Because this is the appropriately Christmas themed book subscription. It's Christmas all year round with Broken Binding. Yes, that was corny. Okay, so we have book 2, which is The Crimson Campaign. This is, I believe, the same cover as the original. It might be slightly reworked. Then you have block sprayed edges, and this scene here, I think it is this scene that is going to add up into one single picture. It might be the dust cover, but you have end page art, which is different on both sides. And then you have what I absolutely loved. Oh, wow. This is very muted in color, but I love this sort of a cover where it's printed on and it is a complete picture all the way around. I don't know that this sort of color scheme was quite the best because it seems really dark, but perhaps that will make sense when we get to the content of the book. Okay, I'm back with another unboxing clip. Ironically, these books will not make it into my unread TBR video because I have already filmed that this morning and the mail came this afternoon. They will make it into my December list. I don't know, maybe I'll add them on there. This may be the last clip of this video. If it is, I'll come and do a conclusion. It just depends on if anything is delivered over the next week or so when I'm at the beach. Let's talk about some of the books that I got and unboxed without remembering to do this part. 2 of them were books that were in my top 5 historical fiction and top 5 nonfiction, but they came the day after I filmed that video and I just found a random sticky note in one of them. Anyway, I should have looked to see what it was at. Those 2, and these are books that I've already read, so these are not adding to the owned TBR. We have Bluebird by Sharon Cameron. That was on the historical fiction list. And we have Invisible Women by Carolyn Creal Perez. And that was on the nonfiction list. So I have those. And then we have another one that I thought I had put on my 24 and 24. I might need to bump off a book from that list because I didn't have this physically, so I picked another one. But this one I'm really interested in. This is Minor Detail by Adania Shibli. The reason I didn't have it in time for that video is because it was back ordered. This author is a Palestinian author who patterned this short story novella, it's very short, after a real life event that happened in, I forget which part of Israel, whether it was the West Bank or Gaza, involving a Palestinian woman and the Israeli Defense Forces. She won some major literary award that was supposed to be given to her at a festival in Europe, in Germany, I think, but that may not be the right country, but somewhere in Europe. And they canceled on her after the October 7th attacks and Israel's subsequent entrance into genocide of the Palestinian people. And there was uproar about it and a lot of people wanting to support her and going, why are you punishing her for these actions? So there's a lot to be said about this. I know this is going to be a very difficult read. I'm looking forward to reading it. It's not going to be on a list this year, but I may plan on reading it sometime in January. Now we have a couple things to unbox. First off, I have a thrift books package. I think it might be something probably to help me with some sort of list, but we'll see if I can get it open. It's a very long package, so I figured there was more than one in here. So first off, we have Finally Seen by Kelly Yang. I'm so excited to have this. This was one of my top books. Oh, it's probably one of my 5 stars that was not on a top 10 list because those other 2 were the only ones that weren't on there. So again, this is not adding to my owned TBR, but this is an amazing book. Okay, and I forgot that I purchased this. Again, this one is not adding to my owned TBR because I've already read this. I had a copy when I filmed my top fantasy books because I bought one for my brother-in-law. So now I have my own copy of The Will of the Many. So excited about this. Okay, so there's literally only 2 books adding to my own TBR, which is not too shabby. The last package that I have is a Lumicrate. And again, they do the crinklies with the plastic wrap. I don't think I will ever understand that, but they don't, unlike Fairy Loot, have any information card in theirs. This one is The Principal Moments. I love this color scheme a lot better than the original color scheme, which is more red toned, but we have gorgeous but simple sprayed edging here, designs. This is sci-fi, I believe. Ooh, these end pages are phenomenal. That looks intriguing. And then we have the front cover here. I'm not a huge fan of when they do a quote. It looks impressive-ish, but it's not the fanciest that they can do, but the end pages more than make up for it. I've heard some really good things about this book. I think it's a debut author, but I might be wrong. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is from her author bio. Esme Jacemi Pearson is a science fantasy author and co-founder of Impact of a Mission, an organization dedicated to decolonizing the UK's compulsory curriculum as featured on it, and then lists several other things. That is really cool. All right, I don't think this is a debut based on some of that other information in there, but this looks like it is sci-fantasy, and I've had a lot of success with that, especially with N.K. Jemisin, and I think this was comped. Yes, it is comped to N.K. Jemisin. A love letter to Black readers of science fantasy, The Principle of Moments is a symphonic, centuries-spanning adventure, unmissable for fans of the spacefaring found family of Becky Chambers, the alternate London of V.E. Schwab, and the virtuosic climate craft of N.K. Jemisin. That is some high praise, and I hope this lives up to it. Okay, it is still December, the second to last day of December, and I'm back with one last update. I thought maybe I might get another BookBox subscription. For some reason I thought I would get more, but there was only one, which is good. But I do have 2 large boxes from Barnes & Noble because, of course, they had their sale, their post-Christmas sale. The in-store portion was a little bit disappointing because they did only 33%, but online they did 50%. So I spent about an hour on Tuesday morning going through all of the categories that I was interested in, and selecting any of those that I was interested in. I think I just repeated that phrase again. Oh well. So what I'm actually going to do first is I'm going to go through the Fairy Loot, which is the last of my subscription books, and then I'm going to get into what I got from Barnes & Noble. I did skip at least one this month, and I think it was Goldsboro because it was a duplicate of this particular book. This is the adult subscription. Maybe this year I will get my book buying under control, but that's not one of my goals. We have the author letter. This is gorgeous art. Really, really like that. And then let's see which direction this is going. Here is the adult choice. It is Feybound by Sara El-Arifi. I have read a book by this author before. I really like the coloring. I like this blue coloring better than the purple that Goldsboro was doing. I don't know if that's the original or not. We've got block sprayed edges. Gorgeous design on the side. We have reverse dust cover art. We have embossing on both front and back, and gorgeous end paper design with the author signature here. And you can tell by the fact that it's bleeding through that it's an actual signature. And then unique art on the back. I'm really excited about this book because it's an interesting combination of both elves and fairies. So that should be really exciting. Now we get into the Barnes & Noble haul, and I'm unboxing the smaller of the two boxes. Okay, so the first is actually one that I have already read, and interestingly enough, I do not have the first book of this series because it was not out in hardcover, so I haven't purchased it yet, and that is Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. Never imagined that I would be getting this book, and yes, this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive version. I like the red better. Then we have The Twyford Code by Janice Hallett. I'm exploring more of the mystery genre, so hopefully this one will be good as well. And then we have a book that I heard of because of the Goodreads Choice Awards, and that is Looking for Jane. This is historical fiction, and it's based on the underground abortion network in Canada in the 1970s, I believe. I'm excited about this one. That's all that's in the small box. Now for the big box. First off, we have The Spirit Glass by Roshni Chokshi. This is, I think, a standalone, and it's her next in the Rick Riordan imprints. And it's not related to the Arusha series, I believe. Next we have one that is not adding to my TBR because that is Counting the Cost. This is a memoir by Jill Duggar Dillard. Next we have Borderless by Jennifer De Leon. I believe this is a story about immigration and crossing the US-Mexico border, and I believe that the main character is Guatemalan. Next we have one that is not adding to my TBR. It is one that I read as an ARC earlier this year, and that is While You Were Dreaming by Alicia Rai. Next we have another one that's not adding to my TBR. I did pretty good with this, and that is A Living Remedy by Nicole Chung. This was on the memoir portion of the Goodreads Choice Awards. And then we have the finale to one of the Rick Riordan Presents series. I don't know where in the order of my videos this is going to come out, but I do have a project relating to the Rick Riordan Presents imprint. And that is Last Fallen Realm by Gracie Kim. Next we have one that I'm really excited about, and I marked as to read as soon as I read the freshman novel, the debut novel by this author, and that is Invisible Sun by Kim Johnson. I know this is going to be really hard hitting, but I'm looking forward to it. Next we have one that's not going to add to my TBR, and that is Momo Arashima, Steals the Sword of the Wind. This again is one that I read as an ARC earlier this year. Or I should say as of 2023, because this might be going up in 2024. Next we have one that I do have an art copy of, but I'm really looking forward to it, and that is Treasure Island Runaway Gold by Jewel Parker Rhodes. I've read another book by Jewel Parker Rhodes. I think it's called Brother Brother, and I read that as part of the ESL project a couple years ago, and it was really good. That is a retelling of Treasure Island. Wow, this is a lot shorter than I thought it was, but I'm really excited about it. This is Words with Wings by Nikki Grimes. This clearly is a book of poetry, so it'll read very quickly. And lastly, in this massive haul, we have The Weaver and the Witch Queen. I decided to go ahead and get this even though I haven't read the first book in this series because I've heard really good things about how this author writes. This is a retelling of a saga or mythology of some sort. So there you go. There is the massive monthly haul that I have for the month of December. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.